Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan once again, and today we're doing another haul video for the month of March of this year, 2025. So I don't have too much going on here. I literally just have a bunch of comic books and a bunch of manga and a few miscellaneous things here and there that we'll talk about in the middle. But just let me know what you guys got for yourselves this month down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get started here with this haul. Let's start with the manga first. So here we have Blue Lock 17. I like that they're releasing this a lot faster, but I feel like there's still big, nearly 2-month long gaps in between some of these books, and I thought that they were supposed to be monthly, right? So the next one comes out late in April, I think, and that's exciting. It should finally finish up the U20 arc, and then from there we go on to the Neo Egoist League, so that'll be exciting as heck. And Mineyuki Kaneshiro is a pretty awesome writer here. He's very, very good at his job, so yeah, this stuff here was awesome. I really enjoyed it. That's Blue Lock number 17. We have Witch Hat Atelier number 13. It's the latest Witch Hat book. It's been a while since I read it, and I know that the anime is coming up, so I might start reading it from the beginning again, and then get to this when I get around to it. But I'm not really sure. I think this story is really awesome. You know, in kind of the realm of fantasy series right now that are not isekai, I think it's like Fieren, Helk, Witch Hat Atelier, and The Delicious Dungeon. And I think Helk doesn't really fit. I didn't really actually like that series at all. But it feels like it's one of those, like, you know, fantasy series that are not isekai, that are more about the magic stuff, right? But it's also a comedy. Helk specifically is a comedy, so maybe that doesn't fit, right? But there is this kind of like, I hate saying this, but like this big three of fantasy series that kind of have like very beautiful art and kind of this kind of style that's different from your usual thing, right? It's not really about fighting, it's about something else, right? And I think that Witch Hat Atelier, Fieren, and Delicious Dungeon work this out pretty well. I could also maybe argue that Magus of the Library would fit there, but the Magus of the Library seems to be a series that got really popular for a second and then immediately disappeared. Although it is much more similar to Witch Hat Atelier than some of those other series that I mentioned. But very good stuff. I'm very happy we got more of this. And I think the 14th volume is also coming out soon. And they did also release, or Kodansha said that they were going to release the Sorcery of the Atelier art book. So that's exciting. Very much looking forward to that. Golden Kamuy number 5. This is the last book I needed to kind of have the first 4 or 5 arcs in the series to decide, you know, do I want to continue to collect this? I was initially just going to read it online, but I actually really hate the Viz website. I think that it's just quite bad when it comes to reading stuff, right? When it comes to like the you know, calendar and stuff, it's quite good, but reading anything on the Shonen Jump website is just bad. It really sucks. So I, you know, bit the bullet, decided to buy all of these, and I'll read them through in June for June on the Range, and if I like it, I'll continue collecting it from there. If not, well, we'll see. I might just give them away or something. I'm not really sure, but very happy that I got Golden Kamuy. There was actually a big issue with this. It was very difficult to get it because I checked the Half Price Books website. I called my local store and I asked them, hey, can you transfer this in? It's from another store in the DFW area. They said yes. A few days later, they called me. They said that they couldn't, that they weren't able to. And then I found another copy of it from a similar store, called them again, did the same thing, and they told me it wasn't possible. And then eventually, when I went in to pick something else, they told me, hey, we have this for you. And it was great. It was very, you know, good that I did manage to get my hands on it. But it was just kind of a very annoying situation that was kind of ridiculous and out of nowhere. I'm not really sure why it happened, but it did. Anyway, moving on, we have Super Ball Girls. This is by Mineyuki Kaneshiro, which is the same guy that does Blue Lock, but with art by Akira Hiyamoto, which is the guy that does the artwork for Prison School. And you can really tell that that's the case. You really get amazing artwork here. However, this is a very nice book. It's $15. It's a very thick, you know, or almost 400-page long book. But it doesn't have any color pages, and it's kind of annoying because these would be really good color pages. Like, maybe not this one, right? But the cover should have at least been one color page, right? It might have been nice to have at least one or two here and there, and it's just kind of disappointing that we don't, especially because this feels like such a nice volume. I don't know why, you know, it looks pretty normal, right? But it feels like a really nice volume. And the fact that we don't get this color page, or maybe here, let me give you a better example. Where is it? This one, right? Like, I feel like some of these color pages should have been, you know, in color, and it's kind of annoying. It's just something that a lot of manga companies do, and it's just really crappy. I don't know, but I did get this off kind of very discounted. I got this for about $10 because I went to one of the local Barnes and Nobles around here, and it was going out of business. Apparently, it was going to close down in June, and so they have this sale going on, and it's like slowly getting, you know, like bigger and bigger, like the sale, like the amount that they're, giving you off is going to increase as time goes by. But when I went there, it was like 25% off or something like that. It was a bit more than that, but I can't remember the exact number. But I got this book for pretty cheap, which is really, really nice, because I was not expecting to be able to. But it is a good kind of first book to purchase, and especially when I got that discount. So I'm very excited to read this eventually. I just haven't gone around to it, but it should be quite good. So yeah, $15 for the price of the book is fine. It's not completely horrible. It's actually a bit better than some of these other books that are in a similar price range, because it feels like it offers more, but it doesn't have color pages. And another thing is that I don't like when they do this. Printing on the inside of the cover feels kind of cheap. I know that it's actually supposed to be a very good use of space, but I feel like there could have been one extra page that they just added back here, right? Like, it feels like this ends and then there's nothing. Like, they don't even have anything else. I feel like there could have just been one extra page here, right, to make this work. But I don't know. Maybe it costs too much. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. So I'm very mixed about Super Ball Girls. Moving on to Dinosaur Sanctuary number 6. This was very exciting. This is a series that I quite love. It's not necessarily the most action-packed or interesting series, to be honest with you, but there's something just so lovely about having a Jurassic Park-esque series that isn't about killing dinosaurs and having this be like a monster series, right? This is much more about taking care of dinosaurs and what a zoo that would have dinosaurs would be like. And it's really great. I really love this series. I think it's wonderful. I follow the creator on Twitter, and they always post really fun stuff. It's very exciting, very enjoyable. This is a very lovely book, and I recommend that everyone read this, right? It's by 7 Seas. It's a $14 book, and for that price, I'm very happy with it. I got it for $12, which is a bit less than cover price, which is always good. But I really enjoy myself when I read this. So yeah, moving on to the smaller size manga, we have I'm a Wolf, My Boss is a Sheep. This is book 5 in the series. It's the end, and it looks like it's going to be quite nice. So I'm excited about this. Not much to say about it, though. I like the color on it, which is good. Then we have Dragon and Chameleon. I got this also discounted, I think, I got this one discounted, and I bought this one, I can't remember when or where. I think I might have bought it when I went home. I think I bought this at Kinokuniya near Houston. I think that's what it was. I bought this because I read the first chapter or so on the Square Enix website, and it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good concept, and I love the artwork here. It almost reminds me of My Hero Academia, but it clearly has something else going on here. And it's very exciting. It's basically about this this artist, this mangaka, right? And this mangaka is amazing, and he has an assistant who is kind of this chameleon character where he's not really passionate or cares, but he has a lot of artistic ability, and so he copies other creators, right? And so what happens is that they get body swapped for some reason, and so the chameleon ends up in the dragon's body, and the dragon moves on to the chameleon's body, right? And this changes their dynamic and kind of causes this like social tension that is very interesting, and I'm very excited to read more of it. I think it'll be quite good. If you are interested in buying this series, you can get it for about the price of one book for the first two if you buy it from in-stock trades. I think that their first book is $8 on that website, and the second book is about $5, which means that it's $13 total, right? And this is a great book. I'm very excited about it. However, I did just notice that there is an issue here with the printing on the edge here, and I didn't notice it until right now, which is disappointing. I would have liked to picked out a different volume, but it is what it is. Moving on from that, I did get some stuff from Japan. My friend Robert, friend of the channel, he always comments down below, ended up going to Japan earlier in the year, and he brought me back some books. So first of all, here is "'Tis Time for Torture Princess" book 1. This is probably never going to get printed in English, although it really should. And he managed to get me a copy of this. I'd also asked him to get me a copy of Hokkaido Girls Are Adorable, because I didn't think it was going to get printed in English ever, at all. But it actually was recently licensed by 7 Seas, so I'm excited about that. So maybe they'll license this as well. I don't think so. I think this is quite a long series, and so given that it's kind of similar to something like Sleepy Princess in the Demon Dungeon or whatever it's called, I don't necessarily think that they're going to publish it, because that series doesn't seem to be very popular. However, I think that this series would be popular. It's so adorable and cute, and the artwork is great, and it would be very nice. It basically focuses on this girl who's a human who gets captured by the Demon Lord and his forces, and so they torture her by doing a bunch of silly food-related stuff, right? They basically try to get her to talk by forcing her to eat lovely food, and she does actually talk all the time, and it's really funny. It's really stupid, but it's really enjoyable. I was hoping that there'd be some interesting stuff in the inside of this book, but there's none whatsoever. It's kind of disappointing. Sometimes they do nice things with the inside covers, and for whatever reason, it was not possible with this one. But still, it's quite good. I like it. I'm very happy with this copy. And he also got me Mashal, because he couldn't find me any of the other books that I'd asked for, so he thought that this was a good alternative, and I agree. It was quite nice. I'm very happy about that. I really appreciate what he got me, right? So yeah, there you go. It's just Mashal in Japanese. Great series. Really enjoy it. But there really isn't too much else to say. I mean, I've talked about Mashal ad nauseum on this channel, I think. So there you go. That's it for the manga. Now we're gonna take a little time out here to talk about some other stuff. I have a few stickers here that I bought from a little toy show, I guess is what it's called. It's called the Dusty Attic Toy Show. It's a local toy show here in the DFW area. And they had a booth that had a bunch of stickers. And I got these because they're Black Clover stickers, and I never see any Black Clover stickers at all. So there you go. Not much to say about them. That's just what they are. And also got some posters this month. So the other day, I went to the Naruto Symphony experience, and I got a poster from that because I like having physical objects that tie back to memories, right? So here's a picture of what that looks like. And I also ended up going, or actually asking my local comic book store to get me a poster that Marvel was selling through their like sale books. I don't know what they're called. Their solicits pages, right? And the poster is Marvel versus Godzilla. And I thought the poster was awesome, so I asked them to buy it for me, and here's what it looks like now. And yeah, like you can see, it's really awesome. So there you go. Those are my miscellaneous things for this month. Let's move on to the comic books here. So let's start with the collected editions for comic books here. So I got these first two at Ollie's because Ollie's is a very interesting store. They sell very cool stuff sometimes. And this time I got lucky. So we have Wonder Woman Hecatea Deluxe Edition. So this is, my understanding is a short story of a few issues long that is very popular, very well known. And it shows a lot about Wonder Woman, right? It's kind of one of those peak stories for Wonder Woman. And it has this really awesome artwork by J.G. Jones, I think is what their name is. And I don't know too much about it, honestly. But I know that it's very exciting and interesting. And I actually really love this deluxe edition because it has all of these beautiful covers in the back here. It's kind of what makes it a deluxe edition. So the story ends. And then we don't have any kind of like conversation between the creators or anything. We just have J.G. Jones's cover gallery, and this stuff is beautiful, gorgeous stuff, man. I love this one so much. I don't really care about this one. I don't like Batman that much, but it's still nice. This one's funny. This one's great. I really love her doing the kind of like Atlas thing. I like the pose, but I don't care who that character is. This one's interesting. That one's cool. Also very cool. The posing here is bad, but the muscle work is really interesting. This one's very, you know, classic Greek literature kind of stuff. This one looks great. I love this one. This was my favorite. Something just so interesting about the colors there. This one's cool too. I actually like this one a lot. I think it's my favorite. And it's because it's Wonder Woman fighting these like Ultraman aliens. That's really fun. And I mean, for this, that's worth it. I think that's good enough. I think I paid, let's see, I pasted it on here. Yeah, I paid $7 for it at Ollie's, which is freaking awesome. This is a $30 book, right? So there you go. Wonder Woman, Hecatea. Let's see. I guess I'll just post it like that. Then we got Heroes in Crisis. This is a Tom King book. I don't necessarily think Tom King is the best writer ever, but I do enjoy all, you know, 2, maybe 3 actually of the works that he's done so far. And I know that I like the artwork in this a lot because I've seen a lot of, you know, screenshots of this because the artwork here is phenomenal. So, not much to say about this one. I think it's basically all those superheroes end up having to deal with the fact that the information related to their, what's it called? To their mental health is released to the public, and they're dealing with that. I think that's what this is. Amazing artwork here by Clayman, I think is his name. Yeah. And they're dealing with that. And then there's like some sort of time travel issue that happens here. But very cool stuff. I'm very excited to read this. You know, in a few years probably, because I have a lot of stuff backed up. Then we have the new champion of Shazam. Shazam. There we go. This is by Josie Campbell with art by Doc Shaner. And it's pretty fun. I actually quite like it. So I really like the Shazam movies, at least the first one. And I really enjoyed the character of Miss Marvel, all right, or Mary Marvel. But she doesn't really get too much to do. And the few Shazam comic books that I've read don't really feature her that much. But I know that during the Rebirth era and kind of moving into the dawn of DC, kind of like during the Lazarus stuff, there was some work done to kind of make her own character. And it tied in with the Amazons and stuff. So I think that this kind of ties in with that. So I'm very excited about that. I think it'll be cool. I quite like this. This is a normal sized book, but it is kind of like supposed to be something akin to a deluxe edition as far as I understand it. And I got this for $10, which is a bit more expensive than some of these other books, but it's not that big a deal. And the final collected edition that I got here is Bone. Eye of the Storm. This is book 3. So I have the first set of stories in Bone now, and I think I'll probably end up reading them here soon because I want to figure out if I really like the series or not. And based on whether or not I like it after this first kind of portion of the story, because Bone is divided into 3 kind of major arcs, right? The first arc is the first 3 books, then the second arc is the second 3, and then the last 3 are the last arc, obviously. So if I like the first arc, I think I would like the rest of the series. So I need to read it, review it, and then decide after that. Because I really do want to own all of Bone, but there's no point in doing that if I don't actually like the series, right? So I've got to figure that out first. But that's it for the collected editions. Let's move on to the single issue comic books. And I think I'll just stack those on top of here. So let me move this way, move it back a little bit, and let's get started. So here we have Captain America, Winter Soldier. This is kind of the must-have free thing that they give out every once in a while. So this has Captain America #1. Spider-Man Reign 2 #1 and Phoenix #1, and none of these were actually all that interesting to me. The Phoenix one is good because I like the artwork in it, but I don't care about Reign, Spider-Man Reign. I don't get it, and I don't like the artwork for this Captain America. I think it's fine, but I was not interested in the story. I feel like a lot of the Captain America stuff is stuff that just doesn't interest most people, and it's kind of weird that they keep trying to make it work, but I don't know, it's whatever. Then I got some single issue comic books for basically $1 or less from that toy show that I went to. So here's some of that. There's a Turok Dinosaur Hunter. This is by Valiant. This has a hard like cover on the outside. This looks like a sticker, and I think it is a sticker, but you can't peel it off. So yeah, but interesting stuff. I've never read Turok, but I do know a little bit about him. It's kind of this Tarzan-esque kind of character. Speaking of Tarzan, we have Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. This is a original Marvel series, and I think this one's number 18 right there, which is cool. I have one other one of those. Then we have Aurochs, Son of Thunder. This is a Roy Thomas book, and that's why I bought this. This one I think is number 28, so it's going to be a random book, but I think it'll be fun. Ron Randall does the artwork here. I haven't actually flipped through these, so I don't really know if they're good or not, but I thought it'd be interesting to see them anyways. We have Shaman Tears. This is by Mike Grell, and this one's number 2. They didn't have number 1, but I got this because I'm pretty sure Mike Grell is an artist that I quite like. I feel like I've seen his work elsewhere, but I can't remember where, but I did want to check it out, so I got that. Then we have Weird Science Fantasy, number 3. This is, I think, a reprint set from the late 90s, maybe? I don't know. But matching that, I got this one, Weird Fantasy. This one is number 21, and this one is pretty fun, interesting. I like this old style stuff. Obviously, this should have been printed in a magazine format, but it's fine. Looks cool though. So we'll see. I'll do a review for these at some point later in my Sword and Sorcery book channel, or book club. So we have Fathom here, number 3. So I really like Michael Turner's artwork, and there is a new Marvel book that's going to be coming out that is it's just Michael Turner's artwork for Marvel. But one of the first comic books I read when I started, or one of the first comic books that I kind of got reintroduced to comics with as an adult, when I started this channel actually, was Fathom. I started reading this on Comixology because they were having some sort of I don't know, it was like a free trial for like 2 weeks, right? And so while I was kind of going through that, the 2 books that I picked out were Fathom and Witchblade, and I actually quite liked Fathom a lot. I thought that it was interesting to see this kind of, kind of Atlantis water-based kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's a really cool series. So, it'll be interesting to come back and read more of it. But the artwork is just great. I really like it, and I got these for like $1, so no point in not getting them, right? Then we have Giga. This is book 1 of 4, I think. This is from Vault. I don't like the artwork that much, but I think it's interesting, and I actually quite like the mecha stuff, so hopefully it's good. We have Monkey Prince, number 3. I just got this for the cover. It was $1, so I like it. But I do enjoy the concept of a Monkey Prince story. I think that's cool to make that a hero character for DC. Pretty fun. Sun Wukong, basically. Goku, Luffy, all of these characters are based on him, right? Then we have Dawn of DC Night Terrors, number 1. This was also $1. I don't really care, but this is a Williamson book, so I picked it up just to see if it's any good. So, yeah. And then moving on to the normal stuff that I buy every month. So we have Heatseeker Combustion, number 3. Justice League, number 4. This was really great. I'm really enjoying the Justice League stuff. I know they're going to do an event soon that ties in with World's Finest. Here we have Herculoids. This is pretty good. I actually like the artwork here a lot. It's very cartoony, but in a nice way. Although I think that the first issue wasn't that great, I don't dislike it enough to not continue collecting it. Then we have Thundercats, number 13. This one felt a little bit wasteful for me because this is a Snarf book. It basically focuses on Snarf, and there's no dialogue. All of the animals or all of the creatures in this literally just say Snarf. And it's fine. It's not bad, but it was kind of a bit wasteful in my opinion. I didn't feel that it deserved to be $5, right? If that makes sense. Here we have Absolute Superman, number 5. This is awesome. I love this series so much. I think it's great. It's so awesome. We have Aquaman, number 3. This is good. I quite like it. Flash Gordon, number 7. This was a pretty good issue as well. The Moon is Following Us, number 7. Amazing stuff here. I'm really loving this series. I hope that we get a nice deluxe edition hardcover for that at some point. Rogue Sun, number 25. This starts a new arc. We have a second Rogue Sun now, and it's pretty interesting. A lot of this feels a bit redundant now because Rogue Sun basically just has one issue, and it never gets fixed. And I understand that that's kind of the point, but also kind of make him move on from that. I feel like it requires a bit of growth from the character, and it just hasn't seemed like they wanted to get there, right? We have Transformers, number 18. This is cover A. I also got cover D, I think, because I like this cover of the new character that Dana Warren Johnson created a lot. And I actually got this before I got the normal one, because I got this while I was visiting my parents for spring break. I got that like a few days ago. So, yeah. Witchblade number 9. This is pretty good. Basically, Sarah's kind of changing her mind about some stuff, realizing that she was wrong about some other stuff. And it'll work out pretty well, but I think that there was a bit of weakness there in the writing with some of the choices that were made. Bug Wars number 2. This is really fun. Basically, if Bug's Life was Conan the Barbarian, this is what this would be like, and it's pretty cool. I quite like it. Conan the Barbarian number 19. This is an amazing cover. I love the colors here. Awesome stuff. Heatseeker number 4. This is the end of the arc, and there's a new one coming out in May, so that's exciting. This is a great cover. I like it. Very artsy, but still quite, sexy, so cool. We have Zatanna number 2. This story has been good. I love the artwork, though. The artwork by Campbell is phenomenal. Like, amazing stuff. Fantastic Four versus Godzilla. This is not bad. John Romita Jr. is the one that did the artwork here, and it's not bad, actually. But I don't really have, like, a love for Romita's work, and so I might be more critical about it than other people. But it was a pretty interesting story. Basically, Godzilla shows up. The Fantastic Four try to fight it, and then Ghidorah shows up, and they're like, fuck, what do we do? And they have to team up and fight Ghidorah. It's pretty cool. A bit too fast for my opinion. I think that this should have been like a 3-issue mini-story, but whatever. And we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto number 3. This is nearly the end. Apparently, there's only going to be 4 of these, which is a bit disappointing. I feel like this could have been a 6-issue series for sure, no problem, but they decided to make it only 4, as far as I understand it. But this has been really fun. I quite like it. This one feels a bit like they needed more action, but also they could have also let it breathe. So it was kind of weird. They kind of tried to do both, kind of get the kids to become friends, but also get the story rolling. And I feel like it didn't do anything bad, but it didn't really do anything like super amazing. I just still like really, really love it, but it just wasn't necessarily what I wanted, and I think that's just because it's a 4-issue miniseries, right? We have Wonder Woman 19. This is a wraparound cover, actually. The back is quite good, but I'm not going to take it out to show you. But this is good. This is the end of the arc, I guess, with the old guy. What's it called? The Sovereign. But it also feels like the story literally just started. Like, it feels like all of this was a prologue to the Sovereign story. And it's kind of unclear how this is going to work. But Wonder Woman does get a new costume in this, and it looks pretty great, so we'll see. But I don't know. I actually really enjoy this run. I think it's quite good. I love Daniel St. Pierre's artwork, and I think Tom King's a pretty good writer. He's not necessarily my favorite for Wonder Woman, but I don't hate him. I think that he does a pretty good job, and I think that he tries his best to really hone in the idea that Wonder Woman's defining characteristic is that she's loving and caring, right? And she does her best to make that happen. And Tom King does his best to make that work. But sometimes it feels a little bit off, if that makes sense. But it's not necessarily bad. I think that the hate that he gets online for writing Wonder Woman is insane. It's really unnecessary. And I don't really get why people are like that. But he does a good job. So, yeah, but there you go. Those are all my books that I got this month. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you got yourself down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time.